some of you may or may not know that I am ride or die for the band Weezer.
But me, I'm ride or die.
For Weezer?
As is today's guest, Mr. Almost Original himself, Mute Frank.
Hello.
You're actually partly the inspiration behind this video because I recently did a hot takes video where we speak about people's spicy opinions that they sent in. You said that Troublemaker was Weezer's best song, and it got me thinking that I don't know what I would consider Weezer's best song, so I thought between us we could decide officially once and for all the best Weezer song. Okay, first matchup. Girlfriend versus Beverly Hills.
Oh.
I'm maybe leaning Beverly Hills just because of like how iconic it is, but
I don't really like either of these that much.
right.
I think Oh Girlfriend is a bit better. I just find Beverly Hills really annoying. But like I don't really have any strong opinions for either.
I don't know, should we just put Beverly Hills through just because it's Beverly Hills?
Now, let's go with Beverly Hills.
Don't Let Go or You Gave Your Love to Me Softly.
It's one of the more fun songs from Green. Like You Gave Your Love to Me Softly is great.
Hang On versus Numbers. Ooh, I mean, OK Human is my favourite Weezer album.
That's a pretty good opinion.
I know, I would lean Numbers, but I don't know if you have any particularly strong opinions.
I think I'd go with Numbers too, but I do want to say that Hang On is one of the best songs on Hurley.
I'm a Robot versus Mexican Fender. I mean, Summer Love.
I actually made a cover of Mexican Fender, but I didn't release it. I mean, this is pretty easily Mexican Fender because I'm a Robot is just really, really stupid.
Next one. Ooh, it's funny because If You're Wondering is like one of the first Weezer songs that I like really got into.
I really don't like If You're Wondering.
You're not. I think I just have the nostalgia for it.
Yeah, I think it's Tired of Sex.
Dead Roses versus Anonymous.
Ah.
I'll be honest, I don't really remember a lot of Everything Will Be Alright in the End. And again, I'm an OK Human girly. I do like Dead Roses. It's probably one of like the weaker songs of OK Human. I'm kind of happy with either.
This is actually kind of tough.
Yeah.
I do like Dead Roses. I do also think it's one of the weaker songs from OK Human. Anonymous, actually out of the trilogy at the end, I think Anonymous is like the worst of them.
I don't know, should we give it to like Anonymous maybe? I feel like a lot of OK Human songs like could potentially make it through.
Yeah, sure.
So we can just give some Everything Will Be Alright in the End love. Love is the answer. Ooh, Deep and Dreamless Sleep.
I mean, I think Love is the Answer is one of the worst Weezer songs. I actually only listened to Winter once. I don't know why I never re-listened to it, but
we'll give it to Deep and Dreamless Sleep. I think it's the last song off Winter. Ooh, here we go. Hash Pipe versus American Gigolo. Now this is an interesting one.
Two really stupid bangers. American Gigolo has, I think, that really cool drum beat. Actually, I might be leaning more towards American Gigolo.
I'm not mad at that. Let's put it through. An early exit for Hash Pipe. Ooh, Dope Nose. The one that got away, that's another winter one, right?
Honestly, this is like whichever you prefer.
I mean, Don't Knows is a lot of fun. I think, like, one that got away is maybe better from, like, a songwriting standpoint. But, I don't know, there's something about Don't Knows, it's just, like, an all-out, you know, it's just a good rocker, you know? I might give it to Don't Knows. Slave versus Automatic. Isn't Automatic the one that Patrick sings or Scott sings or something?
Yeah, Pat sings that one. I think this is pretty easily Slave.
Yeah, I think so too. Cleopatra, Precious Metal Girl. Interesting. I quite like both songs. I would probably lean Cleopatra. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I agree.
I love the there's like an extra beat at the beginning of the chorus or something.
Yeah, Cleopatra is pretty cool. I just think that I hate the way Rivers pronounces Cleopatra because he's
Patra.
That sounds really annoying, but like other than that, it's pretty great.
Oh, here we go. A little bit of love. I mean, I have an affinity towards a little bit of love. I know it's got to be Why Bother though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye, spring. Oh, here we go. Here's your favorite.
I mean, I think Freak Me Out is it's got cool aspects. It's got like those it's got that like cool riff that's played with just harmonics. I think that's really cool. And I think it's got a pretty good hook, but the lyrics are really stupid. And then Troublemaker is Weezer's best song.
Butterfly versus The Wasteland. I take it that's another one of the trilogy, yeah.
It's pretty easily Butterfly. I don't think the songs from the trilogy really work as separate songs.
Endless Bummer versus Screens. Ooh.
I think Endless Bummer is one of the best songs from White. I think it's pretty easily Endless Bummer.
Losing My Mind versus Across the Sea. You know, Across the Sea was like one of my favorite Weezer songs when I first like started getting into them. I know there's like some questionable lyrics.
I mean, it's definitely Across the Sea. Isn't Losing My Mind from Death to False Metal?
Probably. I don't have great knowledge of like the kind of mid 2000s Weezer. It's like early and then kind of later period.
Okay, this is where it gets hard.
Yeah, this is where it gets spicy now. We're into the round of 16. Tired of Sex versus You Gave Your Love to Me Softly.
I think it's Tired of Sex. I generally tend to think that a lot of the like Weezer B-sides are kind of overrated.
Across the Sea versus Beverly Hills. I don't know.
Yeah, this one's really hard.
Beverly Hills, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Troublemaker versus Numbers. Now, this is really tricky for me. Well, they're two completely different songs. I'd probably lean Troublemaker because it's maybe more like classic Weezer.
I would forgive you if you went with Numbers, but I think it's Troublemaker.
Dope Nose versus Deep in Dreams. Didn't we have this last time or something similar to this? No, it was the one that got away. See, I feel like I'm leaning Dope Nose again, but I don't know how I feel about it just like wiping out all of the winter songs.
Honestly, I'd go with Dope Nose too.
Yeah. Okay, American Gigolo versus Slave.
Two Maladroid songs. I think American Gigolo is just kind of dumb, so I think it's Slave.
Ooh, here we go. Pretty close in time period here. We got Endless Bummer and Mexican Fender. You know, I might give it to Endless Bummer, but I don't know about you.
This is kind of tough. I mean, I guess it's Endless Bummer. Yeah, again, with like Mexican Fender has like the kind of annoyingly clean production, so I think it's Endless Bummer.
Okay, Endless Bummer goes through. And now we have, Why Bother versus Cleopatra. That's interesting. I mean, it's got to be Why Bother, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Butterfly versus 2.
Yeah, I think it's Butterfly.
Yeah. Okay, and now we are into our quarterfinals, I guess, rounds of 8. Yeah.
How many Pinkerton? I was about to say how many Pinkerton songs there are, but I accidentally said how many Weezer songs are there going to be.
How many Weezer songs are there on Pinkerton? Gosh.
Way too many.
Ooh, Tired of Sex versus Across the Sea.
That's... Ooh.
I mean, I personally would probably give it Across the Sea.
Yeah, I guess it's Across the Sea.
Across the Sea, across the tournament. Butterfly versus Troublemaker.
I still think it's Troublemaker, but I'm fine with Butterfly.
Yeah, it is really tricky. I think I would probably go Troublemaker though.
I mean, okay, let's go with Troublemaker. I feel like this is like blasphemy, but
Yeah,
that's fine.
Ooh, Why Bother versus Endless Bummer. You know, kind of opposite ends of the Weezer's career almost.
Yeah, this is getting really hard right now.
Yeah. Because I mean, I think I probably I don't know. I maybe prefer Endless Bummer, but I just know that Why Bother is just so good and so like iconic.
I think Why Bother is like catchier and it's got like more like raw emotion, I guess. But I think Endless Bummer has like a more like satisfying structure, I guess.
This is tricky. This is probably the hardest one for me. It's so close. I'd probably just give it to Endless Bummer, like if I was just to like not think about it. But I don't know about you. What would you give it?
Yeah, I think it's Endless Bummer.
Okay, controversial one. Everyone's gonna be raging at that one. Dope Nose versus Slave.
I think it's Slave. I think Dope Nose is again just kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a banger, but it's really stupid.
I mean, it's had a pretty good run. It's gotten this far. Like, fair play to it. Semi-finals. Across the Sea versus Slave. I'd probably give it Across the Sea, but...
Yeah, I think it's Across the Sea.
Troublemaker versus Endless Bummer.
This is really dumb, but I still think it's Troublemaker.
Yeah, well, the thing for me is that it's like a lot... There's the kind of personal opinion, but also kind of like the iconic nature, just like how much of like a force of nature that song is. I'm happy to be a Troublemaker. And here we go. The final. It's been a valiantly fought effort by both songs, and plenty are deserving of the title. But in this case today, it has come down to Across the Sea versus Troublemaker. It's interesting because, like, I think Troublemaker's probably your best and Across the Sea might be my best. So I don't know. But it is really tricky. I'd probably give it to Across the Sea, and you'll probably give it to Troublemaker.
Yeah, I would give it to Troublemaker.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why I think Troublemaker is the best Weezer song is because I get Reverse Cuomo.
Oh, what you relate to his lyrics?
Again, I think Across the Sea is probably the like smarter choice here, the more diplomatic choice, and I think it's pretty good to call that the best Weezer song. But just to be clear, I think the best Weezer song is still Troublemaker.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think because you are the guest and you you put up a convincing argument, I am willing to concede it to Troublemaker, making it officially the best Weezer song. That's it. You were right. Your hot take that you sent in into the video last week was indeed correct. So anyone who disagreed, I'm sorry. You're just factually incorrect. So yeah, congratulations, Troublemaker.
So the song with the lyric, you wanted arts and crafts, how's this for arts and crafts? One na 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 na. That's right.
So good, so good. Well, yeah, that was it. That's the best ever Weezer song. Thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to subscribe, follow us on socials, all of that. Where can the people find you?
Follow me on TikTok at Almost Original, and on streaming sites at Mute Frank. I might at some point release some music.